Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. We're bringing you a Powerbook 2 Ghost Higher Calling. It is season 4, episode 8. We only got 2 more episodes to go. All right. Well, the episode begins with, excuse me, Detective Carter letting the task force know about Felicia. Apparently, he staged a car wreck, a car accident, and for her unaliving. Okay. Instead of Diana unaliving her. Yes, Lord. Okay. Monique. Listen, that's Monet and Tariq. Monique. Monet and Tariq join forces to get pin Detective Carter and Norma against each other. So Detective Carter and Nico want Drew to take over Zion's business, product and stuff like that, in the Fight Club. And because Zion was selling out the Fight Club. And so Detective Carter and Nico, who was Detective Carter, Detective Nico? I don't know what his last name is, but he's a detective too. They want Drew to take over Zion, moving product and things like that, and overseeing the revenue and the venue. All right. So at the dorm, Braden asked Tariq, what happened to being an apex predator? And Tariq said it's going to be a lot harder to deal with this person that thinks he's Denzel from Training Day. They always got some funny just like when Kane came in and said Whitney and Bobby. Anyway, so Braden asked, Detective Carter is a high level head of the drug task force. That he said that's 1,000 ways that it can go left. And so Tariq was like, so it don't sound like you got my back. And he said, well, I don't want us to start a war that we can't win. And so he said that he said, but backing down is not an option. Tariq said, backing down is not an option. And he said, and where are you going? He said, I'm moving out. I want to see if Ella, I think her name was Ella, whoever, Brayden's girlfriend, quote unquote, because I don't think that's really her girlfriend. Oh, hello, balloons. Yeah, but he wants to see if she want to move in with him. I don't think so. And so Tariq was like, why? And he's like, because she my girl. I love her. And so then he said, and I got Effie's business and I got our business. And he said, well, how did you do that? And he was like, because I'm moving fast. And, Braden was like, I'm moving fast and I'm moving smart. And Tariq was like, sometimes you move too fast and you move too smart for your own good. That's paraphrasing though. That was paraphrasing. He didn't say that, but I paraphrased him for that. I got you, Tariq. I got you. So Monet and Tariq go to Norma and tell her that Detective Carter gonna come after her. And he don't like doing business with in this city without him knowing, without him being under their thumb or whatever. And so Tariq was like, "Well, I can get rid of them for you." And then, of course, Kane was like, "And what's that in for? What's in it for you?" And so Tariq was like, "Well, what's in it for all of us?" As no one, because no one wants NYPD up in our business. And so Norma was like, "Well, what evidence does he have on me?" And nobody really knows. So um Tariq was like, "We have no choice." But we have no choice because um he can make evidence against us, and he can do whatever he wants. And so Monet was like, "We giving you she ghetto. We giving you top shelf information." Yo, and then and then she's talking to Kane, and your ass all pee whip, and she gonna get you killed. And then Norma was like, "Oh," she laughed, and she was just like, "Such language, Mom." And so Monet was walking out the house, and then she came back, and she was like, "What you say?" And so Norma was like, "Kane, didn't you tell him? Um, we're business partners and fiance." Braden. And so, you know, Monet does not like that at all. So Braden find his girlfriend. She overdosed on some drugs. Okay. Moving on, they call the ambulance, and so she's taken to the hospital. So Norma calls Davis over, and so he and so she tells them that they're getting married. Because he said, either because he had all this paperwork of living well, a prenup, and all that other stuff, and he said, either you getting married or no, he said either you leaving the country or you getting married. And then, Kane was like, number two. And so, and Norma, Davis was like, he said, when did this happen? he said, and the good thing about pillow talk is there should be some pillow, some pillow. There should be some talking on that pillow. And so she was like, "Well, I didn't have to tell you this." She said, "Because he's taking care of the things that you should have took care of. She playing one against the other. You should have took care of." And she said, "But you would have taken care of if you hadn't been married yourself." And he was like, "Well, okay, well." So you couldn't have married her. So but you wanted to go into business with her, and Kane wants to marry her. So whatever. So then Effie arrives, and of course Norma said, where she tells Effie that her and Kane is getting married, so they can't be frolicking around campus like they usually do. And so Kane was like, "It's just a business arrangement. It's just a business arrangement," because he loved Effie. But she was like, "Whatever." And so she wants Norma wants Kane to have a social media presence. And so that's where Effie comes in. She gonna have to get him a social media account. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, so she wants her to do her magic on a computer and get a social media footprint. Hmm. So then Davis, who playing both sides as well, meets up with Tariq and Monet, and uh he's saying Norma is my client because he trying to she Tariq and Monet are trying to get some leverage on Norma that they can use. And he was like, "She is my client." He was like, "Your allegiance is to me. It ain't to her." And so then he give him a booklet about Aircraft Global. I guess this the business that fronts all her drug money. And so she's supposed to meet up with another crooked senator. um and the Sterling Reynolds. Hmm. So so then Kane um finds Drew in the Fight Club where he supposed to be doing his little product, moving product out that Fight Club. And so Drew was like, "What you doing here?" He said, "I've been here." He said, I knew about this before you knew about this. And so Kane was like, "You still working for that dirty ass cop?" And so he was like, you still marrying your boss?" And so he said, you one step above a pool boy. And so he said, "So you can be the fall guy for her um when it all goes down." He said, Drew said, "Can't you see that?" I think I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think that it's gonna Norma and can't no Norma and Detective Carter gonna get into some kind of war. It's gonna be a bloodbath, probably these next two episodes. But all in all, Kane gonna marry uh what's her name? Norma. And then he gonna end up with the company after Norma die. And then he gonna go back to his family. And Tariq gonna go back to his family. That's what I think. Okay. And Detective Carter gonna get killed in the midst of that, and Norma gonna, whatever. So that's what I think. And they gonna have a business, and they're gonna be one big happy family. All right. So Norma's talking to her daughter Anna. I think it's Anna. Okay. Um, about marrying Kane for business purposes. And so Anya said, "Don't you know he had a arrest record?" Um, and so she said, "But you can't, judge people by their past." And she was like, "That's what we usually do. That's what we usually do is judge people by their past." And so she asked, "Was the police after her?" And then she asked, "How do you make your money?" And she told her that her dad was a drug smuggler, and that's why she left him. But that's why she killed him. That's why she unalived him. Okay, okay. And so she's still lying to Anya. So Monet go over to Kane's condo, trying to talk some sense to him, trying to get him not to marry Norma. That's falling on deaf ears. Okay, moving on. All right. So Anya goes, interrogates Kane about his life, and tells him that he's a part of the famous Tejada family, and y'all. She said y'all the Gottis of the ghetto. And so she asked Kane, "Does my mama sell drugs too?" And Kane didn't answer her. He gave her a wad of money, and she left. Okay, okay. Monet tells Detective Carter. Monet and Tariq tell Detective Carter about the crooked senator that Norma was supposed to meet, and to go over some government contracts. Okay. Then Monet tries to talk to Drew, because Drew was right. It was with Detective Carter. She tried to talk to Drew, and that fell on deaf ears too. So nobody wants to hear from you, Monet. Okay. So Drew goes over to the Fight Club building in the morning, and they said the building was bought. And then we see a note that it was bought by Kane and the wifey. That's what he said, the wifey. So no drugs are going to come through there. So Drew breaks into Kane's condo. I'm quite sure he had the key or he got the code or something, to find that a shipment is coming in tonight. And there's some kind of guns that Norma is Norma's providing for the Italians in the Lower East Side. That's the shipment that's coming in tonight. And so the drug task force intercepts that shipment. And then Drew sends a text to Kane that's saying, "Sorry about your guns." They going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so Effie mama show up on campus trying to bump some money off of her, because her stepdad that okay, so Effie's mama is with a guy who essayed Effie when she was a child, but he left her for a younger woman. So now she don't have no money, so she coming to Effie trying to bump some money, because she ain't got none. And Effie said, "If you were on fire, I wouldn't piss on you." That's some strong words. Okay. All right. So speaking of interception, so we got an intercepted shipment, and so Davis intercepts Norma while she is at a meeting with the crooked senator. And he put a note up under the table saying that Detective Carter is outside um, taping you or whatever. So, so they abruptly leave, because she can't bribe a senator all out in plain view, and then she go to jail for some kind of corruption. So um, so Davis looks like the knight in shining armor. Yeah, that's what he is anyway. So Norma said, I'm gonna have to neutralize him. All right. So Braden is over there sitting by his girlfriend's, quote unquote girlfriend's bedside, waiting for her to wake up. Okay. And so she finally wake up. And so he said that he tell Tariq that we let's go rough him up, you know. And so the dealer that sell Braden's boo drugs. Let's go rough him up. So um to so Tariq and Braden go in to rough the guy up. However, Braden is already high, okay, because he gets high off his own supply, okay. So that was already bad for him, and so they bust in there, and they make him take um his own product. They just kept smashing his head down, until it was getting to the point where Tariq was like, "Hold on now, we supposed to rough him up. This gonna kill him." And but Braden is still high, and so then all of a sudden Braden just unalives and just like, what kind of? So Tariq is definitely not happy with Braden. I don't know what's gonna happen with them. I don't know Braden gonna live too much longer. He ain't Tommy. He definitely ain't Tommy. He definitely ain't Tommy. So Norma and Kane try to bribe Nico, but Nico wants 7 figures up front, and then Nico go back to tell Detective Carter, and he said he wants you to take take the bribe or whatever, but you need the money up front, and you got to meet by yourself. So basically, Detective Carter and Norma meet up, and they join forces to take Tariq and Monet down. Now I don't know if that includes the rest of the siblings. If that includes the other siblings, like Kane, Drew, and Diana. But we know Monet and Tariq. We know they're gunning to take them two down. So that's all I got. Ain't no more. This is your girl, msyelladiva. Like, share, and subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. And yeah, so we only got 2 more episodes, people. We only got 2 more episodes, and then this show is over. But But we still got Brayden Kane, and I don't know if what's the other one? Force. I don't know if that's gonna be renewed or whatever. But I know Raising Canaan because I've seen the the commercials for Raising Canaan, but I don't see. But BMF I guess is coming back too. Yeah, BMF is coming back, but this show is off, so we'll see if everybody come out alive or maybe not. But I do believe that can Monet and her family gonna get back together. Uh, Tariq and his family gonna get back together, and then we don't know what Effie and Davis gonna do. They may be casualties of war. We don't know. But like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And this is your girl, msyelladiva. Peace.